Oh, ho, ho, ho. Man, I'll tell you, throwing around the pigskin, that time has arrived. Sort of. It's preseason. I don't know, man. So a lot of you guys get so excited for preseason, which is, in my opinion, the worst preseason to watch when it comes to sports. When it comes to sports, I'd much rather watch preseason baseball, preseason basketball, preseason hockey. Preseason football is really, really rough to watch. However, for my team this year, preseason is actually a must because we got no idea what we're gonna get, right? For my team, that is. But outside of that, good gosh, man, preseason football is horrible. Anyway, round table episode, whatever episode, we are here. Let's go ahead and let's bring in our beautiful, lovely trucking queen, one Miss Becky Lopez, aka B.
Hi. Buenas tardes. How are you?
I'm good, B. Would you like to explain why they cannot see your lovely face?
I'm working, guys. I'm working, but commitments are commitments, and I love my people. So I am right here with the fellas.
That is so sweet. I would bring in the second panelist, but I'm waiting for him to wipe away his tears because you just made him cry. B. You made him cry. You made him feel so special. All right, I think
You
he's
guys
done.
are special. Bless your heart.
He's so special. All right, let's go ahead and let's bring in the special man. One, Mr. Fred Segura from Two Face Entertainment.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Hold on, bro. Am I good?
Ay, está el guapo.
You're good. You're good.
Thank you. Thank you. How you guys doing, man? Good to see you guys. Good to be back on, man. That's great.
Good. It is almost Friday. Yes.
Yes. One more day to get it going, man, right? Get stuff going and get them done.
Are there certain
Yes.
are there certain Fridays that you wait for more than other Fridays, or are you always excited for Fridays?
I always love all my Fridays now. I have my radio show, so I'm looking forward to every Friday.
Yeah, well, I think you know what. Regardless of the point, I mean, I think it's a good thing, man, because it's the weekends come in and whatever. Even you know what. I'm gonna say it like this: it's like being in jail. Hey, when it's Friday, it's all good, bro. The weekend, even though you're locked up, right? I don't know.
Okay, I'm really looking forward to this weekend. Okay, I'm looking forward to this weekend because I am done. I am done with my vacations. I am done with any road trips. I am done. So this weekend, I'm really not going to do anything. I mean, I'll do a couple of things here around the house, but I'm really looking forward to this weekend. I just went on a road trip last weekend to Arizona to go see my beloved Dodgers, and 2 weekends before that, I went to New York. So I'm really looking forward to these next few weekends because I really got nothing to do, and I love it. I love it. I
Nice.
as much fun as it was to go do the things I did, it's actually not relaxing. So you feel like, oh man, that was badass, that was great and everything, but you actually worked. You know, a lot of walking, a lot of traveling, a lot of driving. It was a lot of work. So now I'm just looking forward to kicking my feet up, Netflixing, and not doing a dang thing.
Yeah. Hey,
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, that's what it is, bro. That's what it is. You know, I mean, dude, hey, you know what? Sometimes it seems like it's just more than just actually work, right? You're more physical than at work, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I better get that relaxing in this weekend because this coming Monday is time to start training for
Oh, the stair thing.
The Los Angeles stair climb. Yes, September 20. Help me out here, B. September
5th,
25th.
26th.
25th. I believe it's the 25th.
Yeah.
Friday, September 25th. So I will start training this coming Monday. We're gonna rock it. B, you're gonna be there? Yes.
Yes, I'm gonna be there.
She's gonna rock it as well. So yes, if anybody is interested, I will leave the link pinned in the comment section. You guys can register, and if you're down to go up, sign up, and we'll see you guys at the top. But yes, I cannot. I can. Well, I can say I can wait for it. I can wait for it. But it's gonna be coming closer and closer every single day. So
Nice. How long do you train it before you go on there? Like, you do the 3 months thing like a boxing, or you?
No, man. I mean, it's at the end of September. I'm gonna start training this coming week.
Okay.
So it's. I mean, I keep myself in decent shape. If I were like in completely out of shape, I probably would have started a lot earlier.
Oh, so you mean like me? I should have just started a long time ago, like 3 months ago.
You know what's up with that, Fred? Is that once I did this like 2-3 years ago, right? And I would train at Buffalo Bills at State Line, Prim, Nevada. And see, hang on. And I would train at Buffalo Bills, and I would run the stairs all the way up. Well, Buffalo Bills is shut down because I used to stay there about like twice a week, so it was easy for me just to train, just run up all the stairs. It's like 14 to 18 stories. And now I don't have that. So now I'm gonna be like running upstairs of a parking structure, and I'm gonna do a couple of things to train for it. So yeah, we'll see. Obviously go to this high school, run the bleachers, things like that.
So you've been doing like Rocky 4, right? When he trains, doing what he can get into, right?
Yes. And since Becky's going and she's gonna do it, man, I have a picture of Becky. I'm just gonna crumble it up, right?
No, what I was gonna tell you, bro, and I say this jokingly, right? And those people that everybody that don't really know me, and I'll say this, and I'm not joking, to be honest with you. For a big guy, bro, I don't know if this might not make sense to any of you, but I'm gonna tell you like this: for a big guy, and of course, I've gotten more than now that I'm older. But I've always been light on my feet, bro. I've always been light on my feet. I was able to, back in the day, I was able to break dance and still be a husky kid and stuff like that, bro. I was able to do stuff and move around and do all this other stuff. So when I say, yeah, I'm determined to make it, of course, due to the condition that I'm in right now with these knees, bro, I'll probably end up like Terminator if I went up that building, just with my arms at the end, like. But not because of the weight, it's just the knees. My knees are bad, bro. But anyways, so yeah, bro.
B, her celebrity lover boy Kevin James, he's pretty light on his feet, man. Some of the things that he's able to do, he can move around pretty well.
Yeah, you know what, bro? There's different kinds of heavy set people. I'll say it like that because I've seen some dudes that are like, wow, they're heavy set, but they're really stiff, and then there's dudes like that can. And my mom always used to say, "Man, you're like light on your feet for a big dude." My mom used to, God rest her soul, she used to tell me like, "Wow, like, able to get up on the floor, do up and off the floor, like whatever, bro, like nothing."
Yeah, you're the Chicano Bam Bam Bigelow. Oh
there you go.
Yeah. B, how was your weekend? How was your time away from the round table?
It was good. It was good. I can't even remember what I did this past weekend, but I know it was good. I seriously went completely blank. I'm actually like excited and dreading this weekend coming up. We have the Lampa Awards. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It's like the Latino motion picture
Yeah.
award for, yeah. So we got invited to that. I'm walking for my designer, and I'm just real nervous. I'm super nervous because earlier that day too, we have
Oh,
another runway at the Suavecito headquarters in Santa Ana. So it's like a busy day, and I'm just like, man, I hope everything turns out good.
wow. So you're going from Pomona all the way to Orange.
Yeah, we're going Pomona Orange. That runway show starts at 11:30, and then from there, go back home, freshen up and everything because it is an outdoor event, and then go make my way out to Alhambra, and I have to be over
Okay.
there about 5 o'clock. Yeah, that ceremony starts at 6 p.m. So they want us there five.
Damn,
Well,
you
a little
got
bit earlier. Yeah, so it's gonna be a busy day, but I'm nervous because there's gonna be, real celebrity people there.
thank you.
Mm.
No, not for those. No, you know what? No, but that's cool, man. That you're staying busy. I admire that with everybody that stays busy. And I'm saying because I've been busy these past couple of days, and I'm gonna be busy again tomorrow, bro. But again, like we said earlier too, like just once it's all said and done, you're like, yes, I did it. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it. So my hat off to both of you, for real, for real.
yeah. Thank you. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, B. Go get him, girl. Go knock him dead.
Yes. Yes,
Thank you. I'm scared.
ma'am.
Yeah,
Yeah. Definitely.
yeah. Over the weekend, and B just logged off.
Okay.
She just wanted our support to say, "Go knock him dead." Boom. She's
Hey, you
that's
go and go get them, and she took
that's what
off.
that's what she's going to do, Holmes. That's what she's going to do.
She's gonna
Hey,
go
so
get them, bro.
so check this out, Fred. I went to Arizona. I went to Phoenix, right, over the weekend, Holmes. Right before we get into
Yeah.
the subject, hey, everybody who's typing in, we're gonna get into the subjects. All right, but all right, she's back. All right, B, you're good.
Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, so I went to Phoenix over the weekend, right? Gosh darn it, dog. We think we know heat over here. It's not hot over here compared to over there. Dog, it
Yes.
was 114 degrees, man. There was a few things that I went to go do. I went to go do some indoor rock mountain climbing. I've never done that. You could do that out here, but I was just looking for indoor activity because for damn sure I wasn't going to be outside
Yeah.
in that heat, right? So I did that, which was pretty fun. It's a workout, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I actually want to get into it a little bit out here now as well,
Okay.
right? I went to the Penske, the Racing Penske Museum, right? They
Okay.
got race cars right there with Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney, cars that they actually drove and won races with, man.
Yes.
That was pretty badass. I went to Cave Creek, where I said I had tasted the best pizza ever. It
Okay.
was
Cave Creek.
okay. It's in Cave Creek. It's about 35 minutes north of Phoenix. Okay. It was good. It just wasn't as good as I remembered it. All right.
Oh yes.
I don't know if maybe they changed something. I don't know if it's because I was sober this time around. I don't know. I
Right.
don't know what it was. It was still good. Still recommended. It's called the Roadhouse, Cave Creek, Arizona. It's about 35 minutes north of Phoenix. It was
Okay.
still good, but it wasn't as good as I remembered it to be. Straight biker bar, straight. I mean, it's called the Roadhouse, man. Patrick
Hey.
Swayze was up in there, you
Oh,
know.
which reminds me, off when we're off the air, bro. Remind me. I need your address, bro. I need to send you something.
Okay, all right. Just me, huh?
Yeah, it's me. You're back to actually.
All right. And then I went to the Arizona Boardwalk. You know what's crazy, Fred?
Uh-huh.
Arizona has a big badass aquarium. I want everybody to think about that.
Yeah.
You,
It's in the middle of the desert.
you are hundreds of miles away from any ocean, and they have a big ass aquarium. Like we have an aquarium here, the aquarium of the Pacific, but it's in Long Beach. It's
Yeah,
right on right in the ocean. There
same
was an
here.
yeah, there's an aquarium in New York, in Coney Island, right up against the Atlantic Ocean. When I went to the boardwalk of in Arizona, I'm like, how the hell did they? What did they do to get these animals over here? Like
Yeah,
it was crazy, man. It was crazy.
right.
But I didn't spend too much time outside, man. And walking from the Dodgers pre-party to Chase Field to see the game was literally like a quarter mile. I mean, you see it. It's like right there.
Uh-huh.
Dog, because it was 1,010 degrees, it felt like forever. It felt like
Yeah,
forever,
I
dog.
can
Like, goodness
imagine.
gracious, man.
Hey, yeah, you were like you said you didn't see nobody passing out there, bro, in the heat, or they just kind of like whatever, dog. Like, damn.
Eh,
What?
If they were, I was not gonna bend down to pick them up. If they fell to the ground, they pretty much just cooked on that asphalt, Holmes.
Hey, bro.
It was just scorching hot, man. I don't know. Shouts to all you Arizonians out there. I don't know how you do it. Better you than me. Somebody
Right.
has to live there. Hey, better you than me. So,
There you go. You go. You would think it was 120 degrees. Can't be more than 114.
oh gosh, B,
You
you
know
were
where you know where that's from, right? No,
what?
that
No,
line.
The
no.
120 degrees and it can't be more than 114.
Yeah.
No, where's that from?
He goes. You would think it was 120 degrees. Can't be more than 114. It's from
Gosh,
Blazing
that sounds
Saddles.
familiar.
Blazing Saddles.
Oh, saddles, man.
Saddles. I'm not gonna say the first time he says that. Duck that. A day's job for napping on the job. A day's pay for napping on the job. He passed out through the heat exhaustion, bro. It's like, oh, dude.
B,
Yeah.
you ever seen Blazing Saddles, B?
No, I haven't. I'm gonna have to go check it out now.
I'm gonna tell you this much: if they show the TV version, it'll be over in 15 seconds or less.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, he's just yeah, it won't make it.
All right, all right. Let's get in. Let's get into topics, man. Let's go ahead and let's get into the first one. So there's a story out there of well, Fred. I think you're a little bit more in tune with what's going on, how this actually first started the conversation between the three of us, and we'll spread it out. It won't just be just the celebrities, but I'm not really into. I don't really know rappers and celebrities like that. But Fred, what was that story?
It was Cardi B's boyfriend, and I forget his name, bro. He's a sports guy. I forget his name. Maybe somebody in the chat could shout it out. But he straight said that she smelled like a bag of trash. Her BBL smelled like a bag of trash. And this is not the first time I've heard that.
Mm.
And I hate to say it this way, man, because I'm not one to be like that about somebody. I never met that lady, whatever. But still, she's a human being. But I've heard it a couple of times, or one other time before this, that she just reeked bad, bro.
Okay. So what you're saying is that Cardi B, she's in a relationship or was in a relationship.
Yeah.
She with some sports figure. I don't know who he is either.
Yeah.
And basically, he said he ended the relationship with Cardi B because she has a BBL and that she stunk because of the BBL.
Yes.
And I remember when you sent that story over to B and I, and the reason why it interests me is because, like you, Fred, I've actually heard that quite a few times
Yeah.
where it's like, hey, BBLs stink.
Yeah.
And people are, I guess dudes are complaining a lot about chicks with BBLs that, yeah, they smell. So I mean, from the distance, it looks good. Some of them look great, right? Some of them look horrible, dog. But some of them look really good. But I've heard it quite a few times, numerous of times, that BBLs, they come with some sort of stench. I'm not really sure. Were you able to find out anything on BBLs and what is this phenomenon with the smell?
No, I was not able to. I mean, there is because of the chemicals they say, but there's nothing like proven that it is. It's like controversy. Some people say yes, some people say no.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's all that I was able to read because there were some girls talking about having BBLs for plus 10 years and they say there's not one complaint and that they don't smell, that it's a hygiene thing. So I don't know.
Okay. Bronco Thura is saying it's the fluid that gets injected. Okay. Um,
Well,
I, I I don't even know what a BBL really. What is it? I understand that it's for the nalgas, but what is it? Is it balloons? Is it fluid that they inject? Do we have any information on what it is?
Well, BBL stands for Brazilian butt lift. So that's what that those initials are to abbreviate it.
mhm.
And I mean, there's different ways to do it. Obviously, there's the injections like the guy just posted right now, and then there's like a whole silicone implant. So it just depends which one you want to do.
Eh, I'm sorry, Vincent Harrell's comment is hilarious, bro. But
Okay. So then, is it possible that maybe one of those, right? Let's say it's the fluid one. That maybe that one is the one with the stench, and maybe not the other one. So maybe B. I mean, is it possible that the ones that you know of is like, well, they got this certain one and not that one? Maybe it's that other one that has that stench to it.
Well, I mean, if it's Cardi B, I think she went all out and got actual implants, right?
Hmm.
So I
that's
don't know. I don't know.
what she got. I
Cause
know.
that junk in that trunk's huge. That's a whole wagon right there. It ain't just a little bump. Like I think that's beyond just injections. That looks like a whole, two slabs of silicone or whatever they are, saline. I don't know if it's the same procedure like a breast implant, but I think those are beyond just injections.
Yeah, because you got people like Nicki Minaj as well. All them like they have all these pretty much implants, right? He says they're implants.
Yeah, like remember Kim Kardashian when she looked like she had a loaded diaper? That was a full implant.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, you know what? What I also had read, and it was really quick too, though. It's like it says because your body will naturally reject
Reject.
reject whatever you put in it, like like a body part or an implant or something. Your body will automatically reject it until it gets immune to it. But I mean, if it's a silicone thing, I don't think your body ever gets pretty much immune to that, like or used to that. I think they said it's something about the chemicals within the silicone and then the fat cells that are whatever. I guess I don't know. I really don't know. It's like they clash, for lack of a better word. That's what my understanding of it was. That's the cause of the smell, and it did say on the article that I read. I think I sent it to you guys that it did say that it's the smell of a trash bag.
Uh, okay. I look. I mean, anything outside your body rejects, including tattoos. Your body actually never accepts the tattoos. Your body keeps on going after the tattoo and keeps on holding on, grabbing onto the ink. Eventually, the ink starts spreading, which is years later how the tattoo starts fading a little bit and the people get them retouched. then again your body starts fighting the tattoos as well. So yeah, when it comes to this stuff, yeah, I mean for sure. So I okay, let's talk about I want to hear your guys' thoughts on BBLs because it's something new, right? I think it started with the breast implants,
Yeah.
and then that became kind of a thing. I didn't really hear about BBLs until after breast implants became, I don't want to say normal, but
Yes.
after that really picked up, I never really heard about BBLs. And
Yeah.
then once it seemed like breast implants were like the thing, and that started, I don't want to say start fading away, but I guess it became more prevalent. Then I started hearing about the BBLs. Uh, I'll start with you, Fred. What's your thoughts on BBLs? Chicks getting BBLs?
Honestly, man, I think it's I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it looks, it's not all like B said earlier. It's like overkill, man. It's like somebody said on the they need the man wipes or whatever, bro. If I'll try to say this as clean as possible, man. When they go to the restaurant, man, if you have your hands got to go up there and just do the wipe, it's too much, bro. It's overkill. And not only that, I mean, there are women that completely don't have a backside. Okay, I get it. Maybe like a small enhancement, if that. But this is like straight, almost like a cartoon, man. A lot of this stuff, and it's like it's applauded on social media. It's applauded on by a lot of people. Me personally, I like a natural woman, bro. Like I think a natural woman, for regardless of what it is, if I'm with her, then that's what it is. So.
Okay, okay. Well, we'll get back to that, Fred. We'll get back.
Okay, okay,
All right, all
okay.
right. B, what's your thoughts on BBLs?
Okay, so like Fred was saying, if you have absolutely nothing, a little enhancement wouldn't hurt. But to be super over exaggerated, like some of these girls, again, I use Kim Kardashian as an example because at one point she looked like a loaded diaper. That's what she was known by. Everybody would make fun of her, and it was just so hard to not criticize in a negative way than a positive way. They're in no way do they look real. They look like they sag. They look painful if they're big enough. But to each their own. I mean, and I do know that when COVID hit, that's when all these butts just started popping up out of everywhere. It was crazy. Like we were in the time of like crisis, and with all these checks that people were getting for money, that's what they decided to spend it on, a butt. It was crazy to me. And like the whole Mexican term, the I don't know if it's Latinos, I know Mexicans for sure refer to their women like buchonas, right? That's a thing, which is kind of like the drug dealer's wife, something like that, along those areas. This look is really, really popular. You have to have a butt, you have to have those big old lips, you have to have your breasts done, and it's just crazy because it's competition to see who looks more fake. That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah.
Like look at that girl Jenny 69. That's where all her buchona and this and that. So it's like actually I would say it's a fashion of theirs. It's a trend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, here's what it is. I want to go back to what you said, Fred. How you said, "Hey, you know what? You like your women natural and all, right?"
Yeah.
I look, I agree, Fred. However, a lot of girls don't have natural, nice breasts. They don't have natural curves. They don't have natural, nice nalgas. They don't have natural good bodies like that. So, to them, I mean, how do you still like it natural when some girls really don't have it, Fred?
Mm. Well, look, I'll put it to you this way, bro. Again, I think just like everything else, the world is focused on image rather than personality or what that person has to offer. Because at the end of the day, think about it. Think about it, bro. Age is a factor, bro. Age is a factor. We're all gonna get old. It's gonna that stuff's gonna start to sag, bro. The skin's gonna start to sag off of it. It's just gonna look, it's gonna look. It's not gonna be a pretty sight at the end of the day, bro. You know what? Everything, every age period that we go through is for a limited time, bro. If you
Right.
think about it. And why not age gracefully, at the end of the day, bro? If it comes to that, why try to look perfect? Is there such thing as a perfect person? As far as that, yeah, okay, there may be, it may seem that way, but it's again, it's for a limited time, bro. Unless you're like me, of course. I'm like, hey, people say, hey, you still look the same. I'm like, you don't. No, not for us. Anyways, no, but no, all kidding aside, bro. Like, I just think, I don't know, bro. It's because, okay, you know what? Let me break it down for you like this, bro. This is the reason I'm saying this. Just para que mejor me entiendan, so everybody gets a full understanding where I'm going with this. You know? Yeah, no, for real, right? So I have a friend of mine who works in the medical business,
Mm.
and she told me, actually, yeah, it's a family member friend that worked in the medical business, and she told me that older women, like we're talking, very mature women now, would go into the office to go get a checkup or whatever, and their breasts were like, really nice. How they when they walked into the place. But as soon as they removed their blouse or whatever for the checkup or whatever, because of their age and their skin and everything, say the breast is like, say, and I'm just gonna motion a little bit. I'm sorry, my dog Toby the two wants to be with me right now. But she said that the nipple would actually be down bottom sagging, bro, because the skin was falling. So the breast looks cool, but the nipple starting to sag. It's like down here somewhere, bro, at the bottom. You know,
Oh,
that's the reason I say what I say about all that stuff, bro. Like, you got to get a bunch of skin hanging after, and then you got to get it all cut. Like how, I don't know. It's just a lot, bro. It's a
okay.
lot.
Okay. So going back to what you said in the beginning of this, you're saying it's the inside that counts, Fred, right?
I knew you were gonna go there, brother. I knew you were gonna. Oh, you know what, bro?
Oh, that's so sweet. That's sweet, Fred. It's the inside. It's the
Nah,
inside
you
that
know what, bro?
counts.
You know what? You know what? Let me put it to you this way: there's attractive women, bro, in general. They may not come across as attractive, but they are, bro.
No,
Hey,
no.
they don't look like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, I'm Fred. I'm ribbing on you, dog. I'm
no,
ribbing.
I know, I know, I know.
That's sweet. That's sweet, dog. He's kicking it with his emotional animal, and it's the inside that counts, man.
Hey, always, bro, always. Hey, bro. Hey, look at me, bro. You think, come on, bro. So my looks over here. I'm the bomb, bro.
Okay. All right. No, okay. Let me give let me give my thoughts on this. Okay. So look, looks do matter. Is that all that matters? Of course not. Of course not. All right. But if you don't find the person attractive, then you're probably not going to give them a shot, right? And there
Yeah,
is an old saying of like, hey, you know what? Never be with a person that you don't find attractive. And the answer is why? And it's like, well, because when you guys get into major issues later on in your relationship, you're going to start thinking, I can do better because the attraction wasn't there. That's not to say that attraction is everything, but
yeah,
attraction does matter. I know we live in a time and an era where we got and it's been like this for many many years where people keep
yeah,
saying that like, hey, you know what, looks isn't everything. No, let me point this out to everybody because people say this, oh man, looks isn't everything, hey, sex isn't everything, hey, money isn't everything. Let me tell everybody something. Nothing is everything, but
yeah,
everything is something.
yeah,
Nothing, nothing is everything. but s- everything is something, and there is some meaning to it. It does matter how much it matters or not. Well, that depends up to the person. But to say that it absolutely has no bearing of matter to it is a complete lie. And people just say that. I'm not talking about you, Fred. I'm just
No,
saying
no, no, yeah,
people just say that in a general sense because they don't want to seem shallow. Of course, you want to find the person attractive, right?
yeah.
Now, when it comes to this, I see that traveling Charlie. I just see that dog. That's right, big dog. Hey, I'm gonna be in Pittsburgh at the end of December, traveling Charlie. All right, so it does matter. Like I said, is it everything? Of course not, but it
Yeah.
does matter. Um, and women know this. Women know this. Now, I think we live in an era, and we've been living in an era where women get a high amount of dopamine through social media, with a
Yes.
lot of dudes lusting over them, with a lot of dudes hitting that heart, hitting that like, keep on saying, damn, you're beautiful. Damn, you're fine. Damn, girl, fire. All the little fire things and the kiss emojis and damn, you're good. Man, I want to marry you. Man, right? It's never going to happen. But I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of women that get a big amount of dopamine with that every day, and they need to keep up that image, and they get a lot of this work done. For me personally, like a little bit of breast work, I'm okay with a little bit. All right. If we go crazy, then I'm not okay with it. All right. The the BBL thing, I that to me, I don't like it. I think that's going to a different realm of things. And
Mm,
in all reality, I believe, okay, this is my belief, all right? I believe that a lot of girls, I didn't say all girls, I did not say all, I said a lot of girls that
mm,
do a lot of this work to themselves don't have a good relationship with their fathers. They never receive that male love that they're supposed to get from their fathers. So now they get those big dopamine hits from so many other lustful guys that they don't respect. They will never, never submit to any of these dudes, but they like the fact that they're wanted, right?
yeah.
They love the fact that they're wanted, but they will never submit to any of these guys in a real, actual, true relationship with any of these dudes, right?
Yeah.
And the high profile
Toby.
man, right, that she would want in her life is probably actually not going to take her serious. The more work a woman has done on herself, the more likely she's damaged inside and is looking for more male attention. And I think B probably touched on something here. Maybe it's not the BBL itself that stinks. Maybe it is hygiene. Maybe they can't clean themselves right. I mean, that could be it. I don't know. B, do you know how many people do you know that have a lot, work done, whether it's BBLs or anything else? B.
Actual BBLs, I don't know nobody. Breast jobs, the boob jobs, I knew maybe like three or four of them. And there's another, like, a negative part to it that nobody talks about, and it could be very dangerous to the body, which is that these parts that you put into your body, they have to be swapped out every 10 years because they start leaking after a while. And then there's like a whole maintenance that goes behind it too, which is kind of maybe like suspicious on possibly if they okay, because you're once you get these parts placed into your body, you're not supposed to shower with hot water anymore, and they make that very clear to you when you go in for your consultation. I've been i've done 3 consultations because I wanted to get help with my breast. After I had my kids, they do not look the same, and it's for me, it's not for their father. It wasn't for other men. It wasn't because I don't have daddy issues. It's just me. I feel very uncomfortable as a younger girl. Of course, without kids, your body's one way. I used to have really nice boobs. They were up to my throat. And after I had my kids, it's just not the same at all. No more. I always say they're sad. They're just full of shame. They look down all the time. So, I wanted to get a little help, and I was trying to see what are my options because, they do repair them. They give you a lift. But if you guys have any knowledge behind that, it is really, really painful, and it's a crazy procedure. Check it out if you haven't. They literally, oh my goodness, the bottom part, they just they redo everything and cut it off and completely open. It's like really graphic. So I wanted to do something rather than like a breast lift. So I was contemplating about doing implants. And then there's silicone and there's saline. And the thing with me is, though, I'm allergic to everything. 3 years ago, around this time, I went to go get tested for allergies. And out of 40 tests that I got checked on, I was allergic to 30 different things. So literally everything that I come in contact with gives me some kind of reaction. Like daily, in the morning, I depend on 3 different allergy pills that I have to have. If not, I'm gonna have a miserable day, and it's just really bad. So that is honestly the reason why I haven't gone through with getting a breast job. And the doctors at the consultation, they tell you what you can't do anymore. And after 10 years, you have to go back and redo the surgery. So that in itself, imagine if it's already 6 weeks, you're gonna be down the first time, and all that pain, because they give you pain medication and antibiotics so your body doesn't reject it or catch an infection. Imagine doing all that again in 10 years, all over again. Like, it's just, I don't know. And then the reason too with the hot water, because of the materials that this stuff is, it can start deteriorating or melting inside your body. So it's like a whole bunch of stuff that you can't do. Personally, my aunt had her breast done, and her daughter, my cousin, started fighting one day, and she threw her against the wall, and one of her breasts bursted with the force that she threw her in the wall. So, there she was, had to go into the hospital as an emergency because it was leaking. And, obviously these are chemicals as well. They can't just sit in your body. So I guess she removed them. We didn't really talk. She already passed away, this aunt of mine. We didn't talk, but my cousin was the one that told me that she had to go to the hospital as an emergency because it was leaking and burning from the inside. So I think that's the day she removed her breast. But she was one of the ones, like you guys say, she was like an A cup, and from A she went to like double D. So it was really ridiculous, and she looked like she was gonna save people off a ship with shiny devices if the ship went down. So yeah, it's just a lot behind it. So that adds to the whole suspicion of, could it be that these women are taking maybe hot showers, and whatever the smell is coming out because you're not supposed to do that, and it's like cooking inside of you. Like, it's weird. I don't know. It's crazy.
First of all, traveling Charlie, if you're still in here, homie, Carolina. Um, okay, I actually did know somebody that got a BBL. I mean, I wasn't involved in their procedure or their that close into the recovery like that, but yeah, I mean, this person went through a pretty tough time, recovering and all. As a matter of fact, I remember her saying that she regrets getting it, but this is during her recovery, so I'm not even really sure. I don't know if she enjoys it now or what, but yeah, that's something right there. All right, so let me go ahead and throw this at both of you guys. Fred, I'll start with you. I don't have any daughters. Both of you have daughters.
Mhm.
Fred, what would your thoughts be if one of your daughters or all your daughters wanted to start getting a BBL and started getting a lot of this work done?
You know what, man? It's like, I can't say. Look, I'll put it to you this way, man. If they're already getting it done, I mean, they're pretty much, and they're grown adults, obviously, at that point, there's not much I can do about it, but I wouldn't be, I mean, I'm not going to disown them, for it, but I would try to talk to them and try to talk them out of it. Like, what for, like, what's the point of that, for real. I just wouldn't, again, I'm just not for it, man. I'm really not for it at all.
Okay.
Because again, I don't think. Okay, let me put it to you this way. Like what B said, what she mentioned earlier too, though. She mentioned after she had her kids and
Mm.
stuff. There's
Mhm.
a lot of young women today, and this is the bracket where I'm putting my kids in. At least at this point, and I'm assuming they're still, haven't had children or whatnot, and you're doing this and still fairly young, in between the age of 25 and 30 to between 25 and 35, bro, you're still, not, aging. And I say that again, I say this because I see that there's, I've seen women who are like 44 years old, 43 years old, already getting plastic surgery. And you can see it on their face. It's like, Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
Mm.
You're fighting against time. But I mean, they look worse than if they wouldn't have did anything. Like I don't know, man. It just, I don't. Again, if my daughters are already of age, there's not much I can do about it. But I wouldn't approve of it, and I try to talk to them. But you know, uh,
What,
I'm
what 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 would your thoughts be about it, Fred?
they're insecure, bro. They're
Okay,
insecure about
okay,
themselves.
okay, got you. Okay, all right. B, you have daughters. If your daughters wanted to start getting some work done to themselves, what would your thoughts be?
Ish, my oldest already gives me a lot of crap about her looks, and it just sucks because you know they come factory set. Like I can't give them a shapy body if I don't even have one. So it's just real heartbreaking because I think, like Fred said, they're insecure, low self-esteem. Because half of these women also, if you even look at the way they start their process, I used to watch a lot of that Dr. Botched, that
Oh
show.
yeah, yeah.
And their mental issues, like they get one thing done and they're still not happy. They go back and do something else and it's not enough. They keep going and going. Like, look at Michael Jackson, what he looked like at the end of his, when he was already at the end of his lifetime. His nose, like everything, I think it's a mental state. And like I tell my kid, if you're not comfortable with the body you have, work it out. She's 14 years old. When I was 14 years old, I wasn't happy with my body. So I dropped about 50 pounds quickly. Once I hit high school and I seen the cheerleaders and, all the other big girls that were there, and they were just so beautiful to look at. And I would just look at myself and I was so uncomfortable. And, my mom had a fit because she even accused me of being on drugs. She took me to the doctor and she wanted to find out what was my problem. And it's like, my problem is I want to look better. So I
Mm.
did drop that weight. I was constantly working out. I would run twice a day. And that's what I always tell my kid. Before you start sitting here and putting yourself down and blaming me that I made you square, that you have no waist, that you're this, that you're that. Work on what you have and wait till your adult body sets in. And what I mean by that, I never had a bottom. Honestly, I was always top heavy. I never had a bottom till after I had my first. Later, all of a sudden, I started getting hips and a back. And I never had that. And I was just tripping out. Like, I would always laugh about it. Like, it took me to become a mother to become a woman. Because before that, I didn't have anything. I didn't have hips, no definition, nothing. I've been thin before, but again, I was always just top heavy. So these are like the issues that we have at home. And that's my advice that I always tell my kid. If you're uncomfortable, work yourself out first, see what you can do, and give yourself time to grow into your woman body. You're 14 years old right now, whatever. You're 20 years old. Wait a little bit and see what comes out of your body. What mold into your body, I should say. And then from there, if you're still very uncomfortable, then do what you will. But know that it's always a 50-50 because nothing, and again, when you go into your consultation, they give you a whole checklist of everything that can happen to you, that your body will reject it, that your wounds will not close right, that this and this can happen, that, poisoning along the way. There is so much scary stuff that comes with these surgeries, and that's why it's like I trip out how these people just one thing after another. It's like they're flirting with death or something. And yeah, I just tell her, don't be over the top exaggerated either, because this ain't something to, completely change the species of what you are. Just enhance yourself a little bit to where you feel good and you still look good, not ridiculous. And people are gonna, make a mockery out of you, because then you're not gonna be comfortable with that either. And to go and get everything revised, that's another sack of money to go do it. This stuff ain't cheap.
Yeah. First of all, Anthony Chuco, I'm most likely going to Vegas on the 12th of September for the Garcia versus Ben fight. It's not a guarantee, but most likely. All right, Fred, would it matter to you? Would it matter to you if it's pre-kids or after kids? Like if she didn't even have kids yet and she wants to get things done, would that matter to you?
Yeah, you know what it would, because right now when B was talking, it brought up an interesting thought in me that I think I would as far as you're talking, as far as my daughters, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Does it matter? Does it matter to you if it's pre-kids or after kids, or is it
yeah,
the
it
same?
would. No, it would matter, because either or. Here's my question. Here's my main question to any of them that would want to do that. My question would be why? Why? Is it truly for you? Is it truly how you feel about yourself? Because 9 times out of 10, bro, people are doing it for just to feel okay for themselves. I guess you can say that. But oftentimes, again, we're living in a world today where we have an Instagram reel and all this other stuff.
Well, I mean, but Fred, real quick, I don't mean to cut you off, but they're all
No,
going to say it's for them. Everybody is going to
yeah,
say it's for me. Nobody's going to say because I want so and so to love me, or I want or I want to attract more people. Everyone's going to say it's for themselves, though.
yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. That's the most cliche answer, right? That they're gonna do that. It's the thing is, bro, that it's I mean, I hate to say it this way, man, but that's just the world we live in, bro. That's where we're at. And you're right. They're gonna continue to say that and stick by that and die on that hill. You know, even though it's for other obvious reasons, bro. Which it
So,
beats me
so,
as to why.
so going back to the question, Fred. So
Uh,
it matters to you pre-kids and after kids.
yes, it does.
So it
Yes.
would bother you more if she didn't even have kids and she wants to get work done.
No, it would bother me in the sense that, again, why? If it's before, why? Like B said, if your body hasn't developed to its full potential, and or if it did, I mean, is there another option you can work around to make it that way? Now, if it's after kids, then I mean, to get it done again, bro, it's a natural thing that happens. We're fighting against a natural thing. I've seen older ladies that age beautifully without all that stuff, bro. I think we've lost that image and that perspective, that view of a nice woman, bro. What a woman looks like, you
Okay,
know.
so I'm not sure I'm getting an answer here. Okay,
Okay,
so
well,
because I'm asking, does it matter to you, Fred, pre-kids
yes,
and after kids? You're saying yes. So that's
Yes.
why I'm asking. Okay, so would it bother you more if it were pre-kids or after
Yeah,
kids?
no, yeah, it would because again, your body still hasn't shifted in the sense. Yeah, it would.
Okay.
It would.
Okay. B, would it bother you more pre-kids or after kids? Or or is it all the same to you when it comes to your daughters?
It would bother me if they kept pushing before kids.
Okay.
Because again, your body changes. Let me tell you guys, when you get out of that hospital and you're freshly had your baby, your breast is no joke. It is so painful. I even had fever from having, my breast ready to feed my baby because I was lactating. And imagine if you already have your boobs to the maximum potential full of something else already in there. Imagine the pain that it would be to have, be lactating and have something in there. Like, oh no. So I would seriously sit there and no, no, contemplate on waiting a little bit, again, shift your body because changes are crazy. Every day your body's still changing. And I always say that it's a trip. I'm 41 years old and I am the most confident and the most comfortable in my skin I've ever been my entire life. And I'm talking about pre-kids as a teen ever. So yeah, I would say wait till you have your kids, see what you're left with, and then fix what you want to. But it's crazy because if you're gonna have another kid after, then what are you gonna sit here and spend all that money for if you're just gonna either blow up again or something's gonna change, your stretch marks are gonna be there, it's gonna be gone tomorrow. It's just wait till you're done completely having your family and then do what you want.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. First of all, let me handle a beef right here. Vanessa La Más Chingona. I've been back, Vanessa. Where have you been, girl? Where have you been? I've been back, Vanessa. Where have you been? Much love to you, homegirl. Hope you're doing well. All right. Um, yeah, look, I look, like I said, I don't have any daughters. Okay, I don't have any daughters. If I did have daughters, oh, you're damn right. All this stuff will bother me. Yeah, big time, right? I think, I think a lot of this stuff, depending on what it is, like I said, like a little breast lift or something like that after kids, like I'm cool with that. I don't, to me, I don't care about that. That's fine. I don't really put too much thought into that, right? But when chicks start doing the BBLs, when chicks start going with the breast implants, when chicks start doing the lip injections and they start looking like ducks, when chicks start doing all that, that's when I start believing like, okay, you know what? Something's up with this girl. This girl definitely has daddy issues. She either was not, either dad was absent or dad didn't show her any love and affection, right? Which is that's supposed to be the first man to treat his daughter and love his daughter a certain way. So when she
Correct.
grows up, she knows what the warmth of a man. So when she settles down with a man, she'll know the warmth of how she's supposed to be treated, what to expect, and how to respect a man as well. It's not just on the man, how to respect a man. Like she respects her father because her father figure was that man in her life. She respects him. So now she knows how to be submissive and respect a man. But that gets broken when dad isn't around. And now you got a lot of girls that get all this work done and they just seek validation online or by looks from lustful dudes, man. And that's a big dopamine hit for a lot of women. And the guys that they really would want to respect them and take them serious, those guys aren't going to respect and take them serious. So, would it bother if I had daughters? Would it bother me? Yes, absolutely. Now, I think this is kind of an easy way. I think it was you, B. I think you sent us a video of girls working out and really getting in shape. And maybe they don't get the big old nalgas. Maybe they don't get all that, but they get a good, nice body, right? Maybe they don't have the hips that stick out. Maybe they don't have all that. And are we in a stage B where people are just lazy and are just more willing to pay to look good than put in the work and naturally look good, B?
You know what? We were talking before we started the show, us three, and a lot of people don't know what I do for work. And I actually have my own business. I'm self-employed, and I do the weight loss injections right now. Okay, I am a nutritionist, so I can coach you on how to eat correctly, and that comes from being diabetic. A lot of people also don't know that I was diabetic. I beat it, I reversed it because of portion control, weight loss, all that good stuff. But it was a struggle because, again, I consider myself a fat person. I've never been a petite little skinny thing in my adult life. And being Latino, Mexican, however you want to refer to it, our food choices are always not the best, although very delicious. So I had to sit here and really take all that into consideration, because obviously, as everybody knows, a lot of the times diabetes and high blood pressure kind of come hand in hand. And my family, both sides, my mom and my dad, our families are heavy with both high blood pressure and diabetes. And that's something that I don't want to have, because I don't want to sit here and rely on 10 pills a day. When my grandma was almost close to her death, she would take about 25 pills a day. And that was for, obviously, she had other underlying illnesses like lupus and stuff, but her main two were diabetes and high blood pressure. So, I have kids. Now it's up to me to break that chain. And, I want to be here for my kids. I don't want to be, again, relying on these medications. I don't want to be feeling like my eyes are ready to pop out of my eye sockets because my pressure's high. When I used to have my sugars that would go up, it's like the ugliest, dizziest feeling ever. You can't function like that. It's a tiredness that your body just never gets over. So, I wanted to take these classes to learn nutrition, the correct way to eat, portion controls, what have starches, and everything else. So I decided to make a business out of it. Right now that these injections are so popular, I said, okay, let me look into them, see what they're about, and offer them also as a weight loss, option. And I'm going to tell you guys, nobody cares for coaching. Nobody even asks me, do you have what I should eat, what I shouldn't eat? Everybody right away says, how much are the shots and when can I start it? So to answer your question, yes, everybody today sees how easy everything is. They rather just get it done or pay for it than to work for it. And it's not healthy, because at the end of the day, like right now, that trizepatide is very popular as a weight loss. And a lot of people have done it, and a lot of people lose a big amount of weight, which is great. But now here they are a year later of constantly taking this trizepatide every week, every other week. Now they have a condition which is pancreatitis. And I say that because there's about 4 or 5 different people I follow on Instagram that were on trizepatide, would be blowing it up and showing off how they dropped 30 pounds in 1 month, a pound a day. And here we are, fast forward a whole year later, and these same people are the ones that have pancreatitis. They're in the hospital for 4 or 5 days at a time, because, again, you're taking these medications, these narcotics, because they have, all kinds of everything in there, to try and lose the weight versus being healthy about it, trying to lose it correctly, do the workout with it. And it just sucks, because although you think you're coming up at the moment, here comes all the issues that follow not so far later. And now what? Pancreatitis is something, it's irreversible. You can't just get rid of it. It doesn't go away. It doesn't get better. So it's really sad. It's really scary. And it just sucks that people rather have everything handed to them or pay for it and just take the easy way out of it.
B, Drunken Chef is asking, do you have content on your channel? I think he means this kind of content of what you do for a living.
I do not. I mean, I
Oh,
should, but I don't. And the reason why I don't is because every patient that I have, I feel like I'm very like I don't put their business out there. You know, I've had up to 30 patients at one time, and never once have I posted pictures of them or anything. And like about 10 of them have already graduated because they have lost their desired weight and they're done. But you know, I don't put that because I just feel embarrassed. I wouldn't like people using me as an example of before and after. And then especially too, because a lot of these people, it's a secret. Nobody knows they're on their shot. I give my treatment is 2 shots per week. They're about 3 or 4 days apart. So a lot of the times it's crazy because it's like a rendezvous. I have to meet them away from their house if their husband's home because they don't know that they're taking them, you know, and stuff like that. So that's why I don't have no content about that.
okay. I mean, I know the answer to this, but I'm asking for him and anybody else watching. How about just content be on nutrition? It doesn't have to be about them, or they don't have to be in it. How about just content about nutrition?
You know what? I never thought of it. I mean, I should start because there is people that are interested. So yeah, maybe I will start doing some of that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Oh, good. Good for you, B. You're another one that I know that actually reversed diabetes, and
Yes.
it, you know, it can be done. It can be done. And in our culture, in our raza culture, you know, it runs rapidly, and people say it's like, yeah, man, you know, it runs, you know, in my family, and you know, I always say, well, it runs in your family because nobody runs in your family. You know, you can go ahead, you can break that. It takes a lot of work and a lot of discipline. But yeah, I think a lot of people are just in this case, because what we're talking about, it's um it's a quick thing. And when I say a quick thing, I understand it's surgery, it's not so quick, but you get that result and immediately you get a lot of lustful dudes, you get a lot more attention, and to some women, that feels good. That makes them feel really, really good. However, ladies, however, to any ladies watching, however, all these dudes that are talking about that they'll marry you, they're offering you a house, they'll buy you a car, they'll take you on a vacation, they'll do all this stuff for you, right? All those dudes are because they're doing and saying all that, and some of these fools really probably will do some of that, right? Understand, ladies, you don't respect any of these vatos, and you know damn well you will never hand over your hand in submission to any one of those dudes and take and get into a serious relationship with him. You know damn well you won't, because they're sorry sap ass vatos,
Yep.
have no control over their lust. You know damn well you do not respect them, and you will not submit to a man like that. And the man that you see as high value and respectable, he is not going to take you serious. He is not. The more work you get done on you.
Yeah.
So I understand that. Fred, final thoughts on this, dog?
You know what? That you hit it on point right there, bro. Because the whole thing overall and everything, bro. To me, in my opinion, is like if you're doing it to attract, you know, um, man, so on and so forth, bro. Everything changes in time, bro. And if that man, like you said, is not gonna take you serious, he's constantly going to be looking for perfection, bro. And
Mm,
once you get and I don't mean physically old, but once you become old news in his life, and it could mean what I mean by that is that after a couple of months, after a year or whatever, he's on to the next, bro.
mm,
You know, that's what's going on. That's what usually happens. You know, as far as everything else, bro, I'm gonna tell you like this. I, I've I'm I'm an equal opportunity kind of guy, bro. No, I've been with women all shapes and sizes, bro. And there's
But,
nothing.
but but equal opportunity. So women and men, Fred.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, you said equal opportunity. I mean, maybe there's some guys watching that find Fred a little handsome. Okay.
It's affirmative action right here, bro. You know, it's
So
no,
in other words, you're like the ambulancia. Levantas de todo.
de todo. You know, no, and you know,
I never heard that. I never heard that one.
that's pretty good. But no, seriously speaking, though, man, at least in my opinion, wholeheartedly, there is nothing more attractive than a woman comfortable in her own skin, man. Straight up. Whether you see them dressed up and dolled up, or you see them in their birthday suit, bro, and they have that same confidence, there is nothing more attractive than that to me. You know, so to me, all this other extra stuff, bro, it's beside the point. And don't get me wrong, yeah, it looks cool. It looks cool. Yeah, okay, cool. But it's you know, it's just not forever, and we all know that, bro. Everybody knows that. But again, a woman, bro, regardless of her size or whatever it is, that's comfortable in her skin, you know. And I don't mean, you know, okay, if she's a larger woman, and again, with all due respect, they lose the weight, but hey, good for you, man. Good for you. I say that. But as long as you continue to be comfortable in your own skin, bro, that's awesome. To me, that's awesome, bro. And that's it. You know.
Yeah, no, I agree. And look, listen, ladies, the more work that you get done, I'm not talking about one little thing, but the more work that you get done, the more you're letting a man know, a real man. I'm not talking about the lustful, sorry saps that are gonna be after you, offering you all kinds of things. I'm talking about a real man. The more you're letting real men know that outside of your looks, ain't nothing really to you.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
don't have anything to offer because you're getting more and more work done on you. You're letting real men, again, not punk ass vatos. You're letting real men know that you don't really have anything else to offer. So, all right, well, that was quite the
Well,
down, quite
it's
the
like it's,
spiral into
well,
it.
one more thing, bro. It's like the ending of Scarface, right?
Okay,
Like Michelle Pfeiffer, beautiful woman, gorgeous woman. At least in my opinion, she is. And look at
yeah,
what Tony Montana was dogging on the restaurant at the end, bro. She was like, "Oh, look, she, her woman is so dirty." Like he just dogging her out, bro. And it's like, wow, you know.
her her womb is so poison. I can't even have a kid with her because she was all coked up, Holmes. It was
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. Big Spank. Shout out to Big Spank. It's only skin deep, brother. It's only skin deep. And again, there's nothing more attractive than a woman comfortable in her own skin, bro. Yeah.
it,
So yeah, I'm Mr. Ambulancia here.
I,
No,
but I want to make it clear. I do want to make it clear. Okay, just like I said earlier, it's only skin deep. Yes, I agree. However, it does matter to just completely dismiss it. It does matter, and I want people to understand this. It does matter. So when you get with somebody, and if you love that person, keep yourself up for yourself, yes, but also for the person that you're with. Don't go letting yourself completely go and say, like, I know you're not, are you only with me because of my looks? Like, that's shallow. I said it before. But when it comes to certain things, when it comes to looks, when it comes to money, and when it comes to sex, usually those three things, there's a couple of other things that people throw in there, but for the most part, those three things get exaggerated with the whole, oh, that's not everything. Looks isn't everything. Money isn't everything. Sex isn't everything. No, you're right. It's not everything. Nothing is everything, but everything is something and everything does matter. So, I mean,
yeah,
you know how many chicks out there say, like, I don't care if a man has money or not. I don't care. I just want a man, she just wants a man to love her. She doesn't care about money. A woman would not settle for a man that makes absolutely no money whatsoever.
yeah,
None. He
Yeah.
brings zero income. He'll love you. He's a great guy. He'll treat you great. But if he makes absolutely no money and every finance, everything financial is left to the woman, she will not settle
Yeah.
for that because she will not respect that. That's not a bad thing. That doesn't mean that money is everything to her. But dang
Mhm.
it, it's something. You guys got to make a living. He needs to have drive, ambition, motivation. He needs to have all these qualities for her to respect him. So when women come out and say like, money means nothing to me, I don't want a man for his money, I don't care about. Yes, I understand. Maybe they're just saying they're not gold diggers. I get that part, but to say that it means absolutely nothing is false. It has to mean
Yeah.
something because if not, you will not respect the man that lives at his mom's house. Great man. He's a great guy, but he's never going to get a job. He's never going to bring any income. You know damn well, ladies, you will never settle for a man like that. Does that mean money is everything to you? No, it doesn't. But it damn well means something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, just like sex. Sex everything? No, but damn, girl, if you and I, we're together, we're locked as one. Heck, shoot. That means you're my personal slut to a certain extent, right? I mean, it means something to just hold off and it's like, well, that's it, no sex. It's like, what is sex? Everything? No, but it's damn well something. Looks,
Oh
same
yes,
thing.
yes.
So I bring that up
Yeah.
just because people dismiss those three things because we live in a society where it's like you're looked at shallow if you say one of those things matter: looks, money, sex. And
Correct.
in reality, and we keep on lying. Everybody keeps on lying. And it's like, no, let's tell the truth. Yes, it matters. Of course, it's not everything, but it's something. And it does matter. And it should
Correct.
matter. So, yeah, it does matter.
Would you say for a man as well, bro? Like when you say for a woman to keep up her looks and so on and so forth, take care of herself. Would you say that even as a man? Because I've seen a lot of dudes too, though, bro. That I ran into him and I said, Jesus Christ, bro, like what's up with that, bro? No haircut, just unkept.
Hey, B, is it me or did Fred
Not
freeze?
He
did I freeze?
froze.
I did.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're
Oh,
you're freezing, Fred. I think because you're talking bad about men and the world's not liking it. Okay. All right. Fred, you're frozen. But all right, let me go ahead and touch on
yeah.
what Fred said. As a matter of fact, I want to pass that question of B in a little bit, because she's the lady here. Yeah, of course.
Mhm.
I believe it matters for men as well. Looks should matter. You should want to upkeep yourself for your lady as well. Obviously, you all age. You're not gonna look what you once looked like once upon a time. Once time does its thing. Once you've been walking around gravity so much and gravity keeps pulling you down to the ground, but you can still look to the best of your ability. And you should want that for yourself and also for the person, to respect the person that you're with as well. It's like, I'm going to give you the best version. Okay, I'll go ahead and throw this out there. And I want to pass this to B. I want to go ahead and throw this out there. I remember daytime television is for unemployed people. I'm telling everybody, man, daytime television is horrible. It's for unemployed people. But I remember years ago watching this episode of Maury, right? And there, it was about girls that their men left them, and the chicks went and lost a lot of weight. They got they looked good, right? They would show a before picture and then an after picture, right? An after picture after them, right? And what they wanted to do, they wanted to stick it to their ex-boyfriends that
Oh yeah.
dumped them because they wanted to stick it to them, right? So the ex-boyfriends will come on stage and she'll be like, "Yeah, look at me now, huh? You can't have this. You can't have this, right? Look at me now. You could have had all this, but you can't." And I thought to myself,
Hmm.
he did you a favor by leaving you because you never gave him that version of you.
Yeah.
It took him leaving you for you to get like this. And the sad thing about it is the next guy that you're with, you're probably going to go back to that old photo of yourself. So, yes, to respect the person for yourself, obviously, and to respect the person that you're with. Hey, I'm giving you the best version of myself. And if you decide to leave the relationship, I know I gave you the best version of me. If you decided that wasn't enough, hey, kick sticks, all good. But so yeah, I do believe it matters for the man and the woman. Yes, is it? And it's not shallow, and I don't understand why everybody needs to exaggerate when it comes to those things. Hey, sex isn't everything. Hey, money isn't everything. Hey, looks isn't everything. It's damn well something though,
But,
and
but
it should matter. So,
you,
uh,
you know, you know when you
Fred,
said that though, right now, bro. Before you go on,
yeah,
when you said that right now, see, my feeling would be this, bro. If I was in that situation, and then, oh, look at me now, look at this and this. That. You know what? To me, in my mind, if we split up for whatever the reason is, bro, I don't really care what you look like no more. It's not even that. It's your attitude and whatever, it's your personality I don't like. No, and I'm saying that like, bro, we ended up on a bad note. I'm not saying that personality is everything, but I'm saying, dog, like, because I already know what this person's capable of. I don't care what you look like, dog. Like, to me, you're a piece of work already, anyways. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
he froze again. All right, to Fred, it's about the inside that matters. How beautiful you are on the inside. Fred, what a sweetheart, man. All right, B, what's your thoughts? Does it
And no,
matter
it's just
for the man as well? You froze, Fred. My bad. You froze, dog.
no, yeah, no, you're good, you're good, you're good. I don't
B.
know why it keeps doing that. I keep seeing the little circles things going here. So
All right, B.
Um, well, I think everything does matter. And I am with you on that whole why do you have to be heartbroken to transition into your best version of you? I have the TikTok app on social media, and it's crazy because the algorithm goes like weird sometimes, and like that's all that comes up. All these girls, their journey, doing weights, doing the weight loss surgeries. Now they have this like big skin removal surgery that they have to do. And I always sit there and I question that. Like, why did it have to take for somebody to break you so bad to leave you, for you to want to be thin, for you to want to be your best version, for you to want to be something to be proud of, period, and not for your man? And at the same time, I'm gonna like put my personal situation in there, my experience. Um, the father of my kids was always a jerk to me. All our life together, all our marriage, he was always mentally abusive. And I mean, he would sit there and have me just in my head wondering what was wrong with me, because his comments were always, "You're nothing to look at. You do nothing for me. You need to step it up." Okay. I would sit here and diet hard. And this was, I'm talking about 15, 14, 13 years ago. I had just had my first kid. And although I'm very blessed to walk out of the hospital with my regular clothes, it's still, your body still, it sags a little bit. You just blew up and you just had a kid. So of course you're not the regular tight you used to be. And I mean your belly. So your body looks different for a while. And although again I was my normal size, pants and everything, it's just your body just looks off a little bit. So all my life married to this man, I'm sitting here just in my head, my self-esteem was below the ground, and I'm talking about bad, because he would just put the doubt in my head. And I would sit here and have headaches for days because I didn't know how to diet correctly. So I would look up each and every diet I could think of. I tried all of them: the cabbage diet, the military diet, the egg diet, like everything I would read to try to diet, to try to lose this weight. and I was never even big, you know? And here we are years later, and I'm talking about 23 years later. I find out that he's into big girls. Okay. He had me in my head thinking I was nothing to look at because I was thinking I was big, I was out of shape, I'm nothing to look at. When we first got together, I was 110 pounds. And although we were kids, yes, I was 17 years old, it doesn't matter. That sticks to your head because you don't look a certain way anymore, you know? So it's just, it sucks because I was the kind that was always trying to be top notch, trying to look my best, always getting dressed up, and it was still never good enough for him. So now that I find out all his infidelities and all these girls that he used to cheat on me with, están todas gordas, gorditas, all of them. And I'm sitting there like, it pisses me off. Like, you could have been up front with me and just told me to gain all the weight, that you're into big girls. I could have been a big, happy girl. We could have had an amazing marriage because I wouldn't have been grouchy because I'm so stuck on these diets. You would have been in heaven because you like, the extra lonjitas here and there. And we could have really, really made a better marriage out of our situation. So I don't know, it just sucks. But yeah, I think looks always matter. I also believe that, especially nowadays, we're in that whole time where us as women can't really be too feminine because a lot of men don't like to be 100% the man, and I'm talking about the 50-50 shit. I don't like that. And I just feel like we have to sit in a certain mindset where, we have to, level up in that sense that if I'm here, you need to be exactly at my level or I'm not going to bother with you. I don't know. That's just the way I see it.
Okay. All right. I don't know if we're gonna get into the other story because now we're going into another rabbit hole here, man. This is juicy stuff. Juicy like a torta, as Andrew says right here. Um, okay.
Toby.
All right. Boy right there.
Quiet.
Okay. All right.
Toby. Sorry, guys. It's dogs over here. I got the two weenie dogs. Come here, boy.
Well, he has something to say.
Right?
Yeah, yes, I'm gonna say. Does your weenie dog like him a little thick?
No, he's saying, you know what, Fred? I'm the loyal one around here, and he's right.
All right, let's touch on something that B brought up. I was actually watching a video. It's funny you bring this up, B. I was actually watching this video. I should say listening to it more. I mean, I listen to it when I'm trucking, right? Or I was listening to it while I was trucking. And yeah, this epidemic that's been going on for quite a few years of this 50-50 stuff, right? Where it's like, okay, look, if we're gonna be equal, we're gonna be equal all the way across the board. Now, I knew years ago that that's not the way to go. Well, first, actually, let me throw it to you, Fred. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm going 50-50.
Like this, what they're calling it is like these 50-50 relationships. So basically, you guys are like equal across the board. You pay for this, she pays for that. There is really no leader in the relationship. It's like a 50-50. And not even before relationship. I mean, just in dating, this 50-50 stuff. What's your thoughts on that, Fred?
I'm old school traditional, bro. I'm old school traditional that the man should pay for things, bro. And that could be a flaw too within itself in today's world. A lot of things are different. But and sometimes it would and if you weren't able to, it kind of makes you feel a little less of, bro. But I'm more of a traditional man. Look, I'm more of a traditional in the sense that the man goes out, the man pays for everything, the man opens the door for the woman, let her in the car, and when you're walking on the sidewalk, the man walks on the side of the street, and she walks on the inside.
I can't, Fred. I can't believe how vatos don't know that today, dog.
Yes, exactly.
I can't believe how many times I see couples walking and the chick is on the street side. And I'm
Yeah.
like, gosh darn it, Holmes. That is not your spot, dog. Get
Yeah.
on the outside. She needs
Yeah.
to be
Well,
on the inside. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Look,
yeah.
look. Here's what I'm saying, right? Andrew says, most of the time 70-30. I
Hey.
I think it's just called 50-50 just because I don't think they're really counting percentage wise. I just think they're counting this new era that we've entered in. And I knew from years ago, and I kept saying, be careful, everybody. Be careful what you're asking for. And this is the part that I do not like. Okay. The part that I do not like is that everybody points at somebody else and puts the blame. Right. There are, there are women that kept on saying this is how they want it. They don't need a man to open a door for them. They don't need a man to pay. They can pay for their own meal. Right? There are women that did that. And then there's women that are like, no, they still want the man to take the lead and do those kind of things, right? But it's like the minority speaks for the majority. And I always kept saying, listen, be careful, everybody. That's why I always say, keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on, everybody, because everybody, you're all crazy except for me. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on with all this. Like, hey, men don't need to roughhouse, boys don't need to, wrestle or learn how to defend themselves, or they don't need to know how to work with a tool. Being sensitive for a man is good, and be careful what you're asking for. Okay, a lot of you ladies that do this, but I don't just want to put the blame on the ladies, because a lot of those ladies come from what I was talking about earlier, come with either damaged relationship with their dads or an absent dad. So they're angry at men already, right? Now they're grown up, and now they're this, I don't need a man. I don't this whole movement of I don't need a man. I don't need a
Yeah.
man. And it is this whole ridiculous movement of, oh, a woman can do it on her own financially. Like, you only find a relationship for financial purposes. I want everybody to understand how ridiculous that is.
Yeah.
Like, there's no love in it. It's money wise. This, if we were just touch on this earlier, this thing of this 50-50 stuff, right? Where it's like, hey man, listen, to everybody, to all the dudes out there. All right, let me talk to all my guy dude bros, homie. Let me talk to all my vatos locos forever. All right. If you come across a woman that is down with the 50-50 stuff, just like Sonny said, dump her. Right then and there. Pow. She didn't pass the door test. You dump her. Just right there. Pow. That is an indicator of something that's waiting for you. A major headache that's waiting for you down the line. You may think like, wow, she's independent. Okay, she doesn't want me to open the door for her. Okay, she's gonna pay for her own meal. Hey, she's a very independent woman. No, homie, no. She is a major damaged problem, and she is going to bleed all over you down the line. Once she sinks her hooks in you, she will bleed all over you. She has major issues, wounds inside of her, and her anger will come out, and she will treat you like a punching bag. You dump her, like Sonny said right there. You dump her. All right, Fred, I'm gonna mute B real quick. I
Mhm.
brought up Sonny and Dumper, the door test. Fred, do you think B knows what movie I'm talking about?
No, no,
Really?
I don't think
Okay,
she does. No.
okay. Do you think she's seen that movie?
I'll say no.
Okay, I think she's seen the movie, but I don't think she gets the reference. But I think she's seen the movie. All right, B. I said dumper,
Okay.
right? Like Sonny said, dumper right there, and she didn't pass the door test. B, do you know what movie I'm talking about?
Of course I do. And that part I'm so proud is playing in the background. That's my favorite movie, Bronx Tale.
Nice,
See, Fred.
nice.
See, all
Can correct it.
You guys really thought I wouldn't know that movie?
now,
Yeah.
hang on, B, hang on. I said you seen that movie so that you did know it. I just wasn't sure if that was enough information. Fred, on the other hand, said you were not cool enough to know that movie. I didn't say that.
I didn't say that. The dog did, bro. The dog did it.
I love it. I love that movie.
Nice,
All right,
nice.
B, talk to us a little bit because you're a lady here. Talk to us a little bit about these 50-50 things that's going on and that have been going on.
To me, that whole 50-50 is garbage. I'm sorry. I put it on my post a lot. I love to be a woman in a man's world. I don't care. Okay. Seriously and realistically speaking. Okay. I cannot do half of what you guys can. And I'm talking about strength wise and a lot of other things. Okay. Growing up, my dad was never really home ever, ever. So I had to kind of pick up the slack on certain things once I got of age, because even my dad would tell us, la casa esta parece de una viuda. And it was crazy because it's like, if you already know you have the shittiest house on the block, why don't you pay somebody to do everything? You have the money. My dad just never cared. So, I started mowing the lawn. I would, scrub the driveway down. When the light bulbs went out, I would replace them. When even the whole light fixtures would go out, I would replace them. I was kind of the man of the house because I know my mom, first of all, was good for nothing. And then second of all, it's either do it or it ain't going to get done ever. And, it was like embarrassing for me to have the shittiest house on the block. So, okay, whatever. That was my pre-marriage relationship at home and the way I was brought up and everything else. Once I got married, everything was completely different. And I grew accustomed to it real quick because I'm talking about hanging a curtain rod. Cupcake wouldn't let me do that. I can tell you guys honestly, in my married life, living with him, I've thrown out my trash out of my trash can maybe 5 times, and I'm talking about 20 years. Never was like he never. That was something like it was crazy to me. Why, and it was him. Don't go touching the trash. That's disgusting. I'll do it. That's why I'm here. I'm the man. And I loved it. So no, I cannot complain on behalf of Cupcake that he was a bad husband in that sense, or that we did the 50-50. No, even after everything, like he became the provider, I became the stay-at-home mom. And we have a lot of reason behind that. And it all goes back to especially us three, our chats that I'm always sharing things about kids. Okay, I would tell him, we decided to have a family now. I'm not going to work as much as I usually do because I'm not going to leave my kids behind. I was always blessed enough to be able to work from home, which is a complete blessing to me because I was able to be dispatching my trucks and having my baby on my lap. I was able to have my kids sick all night and still be able to perform my job without having to get out of the house early and a lack of sleep and everything else. So for me, that was a blessing to be able to work from home. But at the same time, he was the main provider, paying the rent, paying the car bill, paying this, paying that. And because of that, I'm not going to leave my kids behind for them to get harassed, touched, molested, beat up, or whatever else goes on with all this stuff when you leave your kids behind in a daycare. So yeah, no, to me, no, the inside of the street is fine. And I've been blessed that, I have a bunch of fine fellows around me, and I speak for you guys. I sit here with you guys every other Thursday. You guys are amazing. You're very respectful. You're gentlemen. You're old school. I love it. Tomorrow, Friday nights, I sit in with them. I have my other co-host, Patrick. Same thing. When we leave the studio, and sometimes it's just me and him on his shows Monday. Oh, God forbid I ever even open my own door to get out of the radio station or walk on the street side of the sidewalk, because it's just one of those things that they don't ever let me do. You know, and I speak on behalf of a bunch of other guys. I've always had more men friend than women friend. And I have been blessed enough to be spoiled in that sense that they know how to treat a lady. And at the same time, I'm not the kind that goes out there and I could do it and leave us alone. You know, I see a lot of those videos when these girls are just out of hand and they're like throwing hands with a guy and all he does is just a quick blink and they're just snoring on the floor. I'm not okay with the guy hitting him either. But at the same time, this woman needs to know where, know her boundaries. Just because you have a loud mouth and you're tippy toeing in a guy's face doesn't mean you have the same strength. You know, what about the respect period? Why are you even doing that? You know? So, no, like 50-50, two of you go eat. Like, why should I have to put half of what, you're the man. You're the man, I'm the woman. Relationship wise, you go bring us, the food for the table. I will cook that food and put it on your table. You go get up early, go to work every day. I will raise the kids. I will sit here, wash the clothes, whatever it is that I have to do on my end to run the house while you're providing to support the house. I'm cool with that. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. And, again, goes to the whole everything. You put up clavos, you put up screws in your house, something as simple as changing the drywall. I don't know how to do that. And I don't want to do all that. That's gross. So all these girls that I could do it better, then go for it. Go for it. Maybe you haven't met the man to treat you like a woman and you feel like your anger and your frustration needs to be there. But once you find a real man that knows how to treat you like a lady, you will drop that whole level of having to be equal. And it's an amazing feeling. At least that's my thought. That's my intake. I will forever be a lady in a man's world. I don't care.
Be careful, everybody. Be care. Very well said, B. Very well said.
Yeah, thank you.
Be careful, everybody. Be careful on what you're looking at as progress. Where guys don't know how to fix anything. They don't know how to work, how to what's in a toolbox. They're afraid of confrontation. They're scared to get physical if need be. And I'm not talking about dudes from the streets either, because a lot of those dudes are some of the most sensitive vatos. Believe me, Holmes. Okay,
Yeah,
believe me. I grew up in the streets, dog. A lot of those guys. Now, that was me many years ago before I came to a realization. A lot of those guys that you think are tough guys, in reality, a lot of those guys have many, many more feminine traits inside of them because they did not have a masculine dad to show them how to take control of their emotions, which is why they end up on the streets, which is why they end up getting in trouble, which is why they wear their heart on their sleeve. And this thing about, oh man, he wears his heart on his sleeve, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing.
okay.
You are a man. Your heart should be protected and only reserved for the loved one that scores the access to your heart. This thing about like, hey man, this guy, man, he wears his heart on the sleeve. You're telling me that this dude is an emotional wreck. That's what you're telling me. You're telling me this guy is not a problem solver. He's a problem complainer. He's just going to complain and complain and complain and complain. He's not about solving problems. He's not about nuts and bolts. He's about complaining. And he's really quick to ball up a fist and start fighting everybody. And that's a lot of these vatos from the streets. A lot of these guys from the streets that are all blasted up and did tiempo and all that stuff. I grew up with all of that. Okay. A lot of those guys are some of the most emotional, sensitive dudes you'll ever come across. And they hide it. They all hide it under the blanket of respect. But in reality, they do not know how to control. Some of them do, yes. Some dudes do, okay, but most don't, okay. Which is why they keep getting themselves in wrecks. Which is why they always want to fight anybody just because they looked at them wrong or because they felt like they were disrespected or that's why, because they're an emotional woman inside in a man's body. They didn't have a dad to say, hey, don't wear your emotions on your sleeve, son. All right. That's not how we conduct ourselves.
Yep.
Okay. He didn't have a dad to teach him that. So be careful, everybody. Be careful with all this, super duper woman empowerment. That look, woman empowerment, fine, but it depends what you're talking about. If woman empowerment a lot of time turns into just male hating, hating on men, and then that breeds anger, and then they start finding other angry women start finding angry dudes. They get into a relationship, and now it's like, oh, all men are this, all women are that. No, the people that you brought into your life are that way because you became a magnet for those type of people. And for all the single moms out there that are super proud of being a single mom, that she did it on her own and she's a single mom and she's great and everything like that. Okay, a lot of the vatos that you complain about, ladies, were raised by single moms. That mom is now getting praised because she did it on her own. But her son, which is an adult now, you're with him and you're complaining that he doesn't know how to be a man. You're complaining about him and men like him, saying that all men are like this. No, men that you attract are like that, and vice versa. The women that he attracts are damaged and scarred like you. This whole 50-50 stuff is a bunch of nonsense. If you come across a chick that wants this, hey, just dump her right there. Dump her right there. And vice versa, ladies. Vice versa. If you come across a dude that is all like, you know what, I like an independent woman, and you could pay for your own meal or you can do this for yourself, ladies, leave them.
Yeah.
Leave them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Straight.
There was 3 things my dad would always tell me. And you guys know my dad was my homie for 13, almost 14 years. We worked next to each other 24/7 pretty much. And the first thing he would tell me, because he didn't like Cupcake, he would tell me, look at him. He's a cholo. He ain't going to give you no future. Okay, look at his type. He's either gonna end up getting shot and killed, or he's gonna end up being in prison. He's what future do you really think that this boy is gonna give you? Again, we were 17 years old. As a father, those are concerns you would have with your daughter. Now that I have a daughter about that age, she's 14. It worries me. It worries me. But see, now my worries are all the opposite. Not that they look two S's, two homies. Now my question and my concern is there is no more men. Who are my daughters gonna marry? There is no more men. These boys come around with longer hair than my girls in a bun. Their eyebrows are prettier than my girls. They're sitting here with that whole chanclas and sweats. Like, what kind of male are out there now that are a candidate that I would like my daughter to marry? So, back then my dad would tell me that. He would tell me that. He'd like, look at him. And later when shit hits the roof, I don't want you complaining. I don't want you running back to the house that it didn't work out, because I'm telling you to analyze your relationship and analyze the guy and the family that you're marrying. Because even though you think you're only marrying him, you're marrying everybody that comes with him. Of course, I'm sitting there all blindly in love. No, none of that. You don't know what you're talking about, right? My dad would always tell me, if a man cannot afford a woman, he has no business dating women, period. He's like, we already as men know that women come very expensive. And if you cannot afford to take her out, buy her what she wants, or have her looking at things and commenting on how she likes this and that, and you cannot provide that for her, then you have no business dating. Number 2, the moment you guys do get married and he tells you, let's go move into my mom's house for a little bit, so that's it. You're never moving out of there, because he's going to get comfortable with no rent or little rent, and you will never leave your suegra's house. And then he would tell me also, he's all like, don't be sitting here going for looks. He said, you go for a hardworking man. So all us men were born to work. We need to be ugly. We need to be tough, and we need to know how to work very well. He's all, because that's all we have. He's all, if you sit here and you're thinking about, I need to find the prettiest looking guy to marry, he's all like, I guarantee you and mark my words, you're going to get home one day, home early, and you're going to find him cheating on you with a man. That was what my dad would always tell me, and I would sit there and but that that's hardcore Mexican. And honestly, I really think that he had a lot of sense to what he would tell me, and I really do, like, now as a grown person, I do agree with most of it. And it's crazy because, yeah, no, 50-50 is not an option, at least not to me. Like I said, I do know what I'm worth. I do know what I bring to the table. Again, especially you, Cholo, that in the transportation business there is a lot of money to be made, and I'm very blessed that I know how to work. Again, I did trucking for 22 years. There's not one thing I don't know about logistics, trucking, prices, even trucks, and everything. I know what I'm worth. I know what I could bring to the table. But at the same time, I want to be that feminine. I want to dress up nice. I don't want to have people wondering if I played softball in high school. I want to be that beautiful girl that everybody turns to look at when she walks in a room. I will cook. I will flip tortillas with my fingers. I will wash your clothes. I will take care of you. But you're going to be the man and you're going to provide for me.
Wash the clothes with a bandana on the head, like the hair in a bun, and you're washing the clothes in the creek with those little what were they called?
Those scrubbing boards.
Yeah, the scrubbing boards. Oh, that's great, dog. That's great.
I did. I would hand wash everybody's like delicates here till just maybe 2 years ago. I promise to God. And I still hang dry pretty much all our clothes. The only things that go in the dryer are like underwears and socks, because I love clothes and I just take my time. I'm telling you guys, I am like the perfect housewife.
Okay. All right. Well, shout outs to you, B. All right.
Thank you.
Look, we had another topic, but we'll save it for the next one. It's an evergreen topic anyway. It's not like it's time sensitive. We'll save it for the next one because we're up against the time. I'm just gonna have to change the title on this to something else. But I just want to remind everybody, because we're gonna get into a little bit of movie talk. Just want to remind everybody, now that there's more people in here, the Los Angeles Stair Climb, Friday, September 25th, I believe it is. If you're not registered, go to the comment section. I will leave a link pinned in the comment section. You guys can hit that link, register, and you guys can go do it. I'm going to do it. B is going to do it. We're going to try to get Fred to do it. We're going to shame him to do it. But the Los Angeles Stair Climb, if you're down to go all the way up, sign up and we will see you there. Fred, any movies that you recommend, Holmes?
Recommend? You know what? I don't know if this. I mean, I recommend it because I love it. I've been following this stuff since 2008. I think a lot of you guys already know where I'm going to go with this. Was Spider-Man Brand New Day. I watch it with all my kids. My kids.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. How many Spider-Mans are there? Because I fell off. How many are there?
4. And in that universe, there's 4.
Do you need to watch the Avenger movies that Spider-Man was in to keep up with the story?
Somewhat, yeah, bro. That's the unfortunate thing. And then mind you, that the one before this, you would have had to have watched the Tobey Maguire ones and the other ones with Andrew. I forgot his name, bro. Good actor too.
That Andrew guy was only in 1, wasn't he?
He was in 2. He was in 2.
Okay, those were the last ones I seen. I haven't seen the Spider-Mans with this new kid. Okay. Andrew is asking, B, do you iron?
You know what? I don't like to, but I do. Yeah. It's not my favorite. And I don't like baking either, but I will cook you like a 10-course meal. Yeah.
I'm like,
she'll get your cholesterol up there.
Yes.
B, are you into any of the Spider-Man movies? Have you seen any of the Spider-Man movies?
No, not at all. I mean, I used to like the cartoon when we were kids, but nah, I'm not into the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, man, you know something that nobody's ever gonna know that was not part of that era? Those were the best action cartoons right there.
Yes,
And
Yes.
I
yes.
think it was like the early 90s or something. You had
Yeah.
Batman, you had X-Men, and you had Spider-Man all going on around
Hmm.
the same time. I mean, you had like the super duper old school Spider-Man and Batman. I watched those as well, but once it got into like the early 90-ish, like they
Hmm.
came out with the Spider-Man, the Batman, and X-Men. Those were kick
Oh
ass.
yes, yes, bro.
X-Men
Yes.
was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
No,
those
I
those
have
were
all of those movies, bro. All of those movies, man.
okay. All right. B, when
But
was the last time you went to the movie theater? And is there any movie out there that you're waiting for to go to the movie theater?
Eesh. Okay. Uh, when the Jungle Book came out, like 9 years ago,
Yeah.
and I fell asleep. I don't do well in the dark. I get too relaxed and
Wait,
I
wait,
knock out.
too relaxed.
wait. Hang on. That's the last time you went to a movie theater?
Yeah. I
Oh my!
have
Nine,
kids. My kids don't know how to behave.
9 years ago?
You
Yeah.
know you know. I'm gonna say this. It's a trip you say that. I took my son to watch the first Iron Man movie. Yes, the whole the first Iron Man movie that started this whole Marvel thing. He was 8 years old, I believe.
That was like 15 years ago, no?
Yes, a little more, right? Because he's turning 24 this year. We went to go watch Spider Man this time around. This is look. Let me get a little into this. We've watched every single Marvel movie at the theater as a family.
Mm.
This time it was me and all four of my kids. We went to go watch Spider Man, which was totally awesome. And it's great because well we follow that we're fans of the films, but yeah, I think it's a good thing, and I don't fall asleep. I love going to the theater, man. I love, especially when you're going, because you already know the stories and stuff. But you know what? I'll say this: a lot of people are saying it. This new Spider-Man, y'all need to watch it. Y'all need to catch up. Y'all need to catch up.
Controversial take right here. That first Iron Man movie with Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. was great. He himself was great, but that movie sucked. So
Oh, dude, no, you do
people
not.
gave
No.
people gave that movie so much praise. Like, oh man, it's great. It's awesome. Damn, it's
Yes.
badass. It's a must watch. I saw it and I'm like, this movie's boring, dog.
Check this
I don't,
out.
I don't like this movie.
The
This movie's
movie-
like, and I remember they're saying, "Oh, it's just as good as the Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton." When I watched it, I'm like, "Hell no,
No,
it's not."
no, that's wrong.
Man,
That's
that
wrong.
movie was boring, dog.
No,
That movie was
you're
boring.
talking about Eric Bana because the one with Edward Norton came out after Iron Man, which is part of that universe.
No. Okay, because I did not see that movie. The one with Eric Bana, that movie sucked with the three
Yeah,
dogs.
that was yeah.
Yeah, that one was terrible, right? I saw the Incredible Hulk, and then I watched Iron Man, and I did not care for Iron Man. I
But
thought that movie,
so
I
you
thought it was
watched Iron Man at home?
yeah, I didn't see it at the
Okay,
theater. Yeah,
okay, yeah,
no,
because it came out before Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton, I saw that in theater. That was badass. I love that
Okay,
movie, man.
that's the
But
second one in the series.
yeah, that's the second one. Yeah, because the first one is with Eric Bana, and that one was kind of whack.
No,
That
no, no,
one was
no,
just called Hulk.
no. The first one is Iron Man, and then it's the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk.
Gosh darn it.
Yeah, with Edward Norton.
If we're talking about the Hulk
No, no, see,
with
no,
Eric
no.
Bana is the first one, and then it's the Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton.
Okay, yes, but
Yeah.
if you
But now we're just talking about Hulk movies, just Hulk.
okay,
Hulk
okay,
movie. Eric
okay,
Bana, that's the first one, and then
that's the
Edward
first one.
Norton is the
That's
second
from
one.
that's from yeah, that's the Marvel. That's the one less. But then the one with Edward Norton was actually part of the Marvel universe, which was after. Technically, it's after Iron Man, bro.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I did not watch
So,
Iron Man in the theater. I
so
watched it after I saw The Incredible Hulk, which I love. Iron Man, I thought was boring. I thought it was slow. Robert Downey
Oh
Jr. did a
no.
great. He did a great job. He's a great actor. I loved him in Tropic Thunder when he plays a
Oh yes.
black dude. He's a
Yeah.
great actor. But I will tell you guys this: I go to the movie theaters. I try to go. I used to go a lot, but now I need a movie that I want to go see. And the next time I'm going to the movie theater is next Friday. I'm going to go watch the new Insidious movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
B, you are a horror freak. Y-
Yes,
Are you into the Insidious movies? Are you
I
familiar?
am. Yes, I love them.
Okay. All right. Any plans to go to the movies to watch Insidious?
I hate going anywhere with my kids.
Hmm.
And then I feel guilty going out without them. I haven't ate in a restaurant in a good minute because they suck.
Uh-huh.
And I don't go to like anywhere nice because my kids just suck.
Hey,
And they don't know how to act. My oldest one's real grouchy, so she always has this face about her. Oh my god. And then you know how like I'm in the public eye, you guys, and I go to these events and my people are like waiting for me and I bring my kids with me and they embarrass the heck out of me. Oh my god. It's like they're talking to them and my oldest just like, oh my god. I'm sitting there like, your mother is friends with the world and a half. And you can't even crack a tiny smile and like say hello. Like it is so embarrassing. Okay. And then my little one is all the opposite. She doesn't be quiet. She doesn't sit down. She doesn't lower her voice. My kids are just, I get flojera just to think that I need to carry my kids along with me.
let,
And I
let,
know it's wrong.
let,
Forgive
let,
me because I love them to death, but I just love them to death in my house. I'm not going nowhere with them.
I can't forgive you on your little daughter. Let's take it easy on your little daughter because she's a big fan of mine. She's a big fan of mine. She was cheering me on.
Yes.
She wanted
Yes.
a picture with the champ. So let's take it easy. Don't be
Sunny gets a pass.
don't come down on my fans. Hey B, man, we're running up against the clock. Okay, but okay, I talked about this on my Trucker Live. I think like 2 days ago or something. B, what is your thoughts about a woman expecting a man? Okay, if she's a single mother, if she expects a man to pay for a babysitter so he can take her out on a date.
Oh no, that's stupid. That's so embarrassing. Wow.
All
Nah.
right, let me
Those
play
are
this.
your kids, your responsibility. If you need a sitter, hit up your ex. Tell him, hey, alimony stops as soon as I hook up with this fool. Pay the babysitter. Let's work together. That's it.
All right. I just want to play a quick little audio. I know we're running up against it, but let me play a quick little audio right here.
Guys, that my last video has caused a lot of drama within.
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen to what she's just saying.
So I realized that my last video has caused a lot of drama within the male community. By me saying that I was thinking maybe it would be maybe like a nice gesture for a man to suggest, oh, let me pay for a babysitter for a night to take you out because I really want to spend time with you. Apparently, that is illegal. Like never will I ever suggest such a thing. And it's just crazy that you guys think that I only have 2 kids. I literally have 8 children, which is why I need the babysitter money because I have 8 children with 4 baby daddies. And, it's hard to feed them all. It's hard to take care of them. So I just wanted to go through the comments and read my favorite ones. I just wanted to clarify any miscommunication, any confusion with anything that I might have posted in my post. Okay. I know one of y'all said that I'm a 4 out of 10. No, I'm not. This face might be a 4, but I've been seeing this ass. It's a 10. Okay.
What the heck?
She has 8 kids from 4 different dudes. her face is a 4, but her nalgas is a 10, and she's suggesting that a man should pay for a babysitter to take her out so he can spend time with her. Goodness gracious. I know what I'm doing this weekend. I'm paying for a babysitter because I'm gonna take this broad out. I'm in love, man. B, quickly, your thoughts?
Stupid. And her ass is not a 10, or else she wouldn't have 10 baby, or how many baby daddies? 5 baby
Yeah.
daddies?
She has
No.
4. She has 4, but she has 8 kids by 4 dudes.
Yeah.
No, you tell me. Okay, you guys are the men. Let me flip it on you. If that ass was so bomb, would you let it go? No. So she's a liar. Maybe she's easy, gives it up. Obviously, if she has 4 baby, come on, that's unheard of. She definitely didn't go to sex ed in high school, because to have that many kids with that many men, where's her self-respect? That's just me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a BBL. taking us back to the original topic. I'm telling
Well,
you,
it wasn't a good investment because she still ain't got a man. Look she's asking for a babysitter to be paid by a potential guy. No, she needs to do better choices, because if they can't even provide for their own kids, that she's over here asking for limosnas from her date, that's embarrassing.
Because
No.
she thinks she's all that in a bag of chips.
Nah.
I'm gonna take her out on a date and we're gonna have kids together. I'm in love, man.
Oh no. No.
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, B, hopefully, since you're a horror freak, hopefully you can go watch Insidious, girl. Hopefully you can get away and
Voy sola. Yeah.
yeah. Fred, you gonna go watch it in theaters? It looks good, man. And I like that franchise. I really enjoy that franchise.
Yes, you know what? With it, that first one, man. Oh, dude, that's the one when they're playing Tiptoe Through the Tulips, right?
The what?
Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
Tiptoe through the windows. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. The old lady.
Oh, dude, in the first one with the lady walking, the kids inside the house. Oh, dude,
Yes.
I'm getting the chills right now thinking about it, bro. Those movies are good, bro. I have all of those up until, of course, I don't have the new one, but yeah, I like those too. But yeah, of course. You know, my girl likes horror flicks too, though. So we're like, yeah, why not? You know what? Because the Halloween season's starting to kick in, dude. So yeah. We're not worried about Halloween, but hey, let's do this.
A little bit, yeah. Goodness gracious, man. We went over 2 hours. All right. Well, with that,
good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I gotta go back and change the title on this one, man. But good conversation. Yes.
But you know what? Instead of texting each other afterwards, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Been a great show, guys. I think we got a lot of, we all got to say what we need to say, and with everything that great topic. That's what I'll say. And I think we covered a lot, I think we covered a lot of it too, as far as personal and everything else, bro. So yeah, good hands to everybody.
Isn't Fred just the sweetest?
You guys are both sweet. Even though you come off so hard, you guys are just amazing guys.
Hey,
I'm lucky to have you guys as the boys right here. Mm-hmm.
All right, we're getting all mushy on here. It's time to wrap it up. What are we doing? All right.
I'm going to say one thing before we wrap it up.
Yeah.
I did not want to see Iron Man when it first came out, bro. And I went unwillingly, like whatever. I ended up loving it more than my 8-year-old son at the time, bro. My son's now 24, going on 24. And I fell in love with that Iron Man. And then from then on, it was just, we've seen them all, bro. So anyways, I'll say this.
That movie sucks.
I did not want to go to the movies, and I'll tell you like this. I go, I don't care. Sitting halfway through it, my son says, Dad, I got to go to the restroom. I was like, oh, damn it. I was all into it after, bro.
That's why you care. That's why you go in there with an empty cup. All right. From Two-Face Entertainment, that is Freddy Fear, Fred Segura. That is
El Guapo.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That is our lovely Becky Lopez. B, can they find you on the radio tomorrow? Let them know.
Yes, I will be at my post 101.5 FM in the Boyle Heights area, or you guys can stream us worldwide on kqbhla.com. That's 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, guys. So tap in. We will be there. I'm having a midnight, the Midnighters night. So I'm just playing all the Midnighters tomorrow. I love them.
Nice. I will be tuning in. Cholo Trucker, the round table. We'll catch you guys in 2 weeks.
Buenas noches.
Buenas
Buenas
noches.
noches to all. And to all, buenas